And good morning. That might possibly be the quickest, fastest 24 hours I've seen. It seems like we were just sitting here a few moments ago. Wow. Life is fast, if y'all hadn't caught on to that. Time flies by in the blink of an eye. They've written a song or two about that, but it's really true. You don't see it when you're young, but the older you get, you realize how fast time does fly, and life is just that quick. It is. Good morning to you. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we begin a Tuesday, right now we're sitting at 78 degrees at 6:31. That's warm, isn't it? It is. It'll get warmer as we'll get a high of 93 today. The heat index not as bad as I say 103 is forecasted. Now there's going to be some periods of rain chances today. I think it's a 60% chance in the forecast. Our biggest chance will be that 11 o'clock to noonish hour to get some sprinkles. And it'll be hit and miss stuff around the area throughout the afternoon, but the biggest chance are coming around lunchtime, 11 to 12 is what we're, again, Mother Nature could change there. We've got your weather forecast up and coming in a moment as we'll dig into what's going on, where that rain is, and what's happening with the hurricane, now downgraded to a tropical storm as it makes its way inland there. A lot of water come down. Hope you're feeling well as we begin, as I said, a Tuesday. So much to do. Odie's in the house. He's ready. He's getting prepared for another big show. We'll do that at 7 o'clock. I've got all of the headlines that's going on around, shaping America this morning. What's going on out there? We're going to fill you in on all of this up and coming in just a moment. Joey Burke, good morning there. Been many a year that we graduated together. I don't even want to, I'd have to put in a riff, but I'd have to use a calculator. It's been so long. My, how time flies. Ruth Key, good morning. Jeannie, how in the world are you doing? Got to see her in Wally World the other day. Always good to see you. James as well. We'll be right back as we'll get the day started now with a good word. Let's go to Collinsville for that message.
One of my favorite things to do is go bass fishing, though I don't go nearly as often as I would like to. Perhaps one of the coolest things to watch is when you're using that topwater bait. You're swimming or jigging it along the top of the water, and a huge bass comes and demolishes it. When the conditions are right and they're really biting, there really isn't anything more enjoyable. Well, just like those bass are enticed by that buzzbait on top of the water, let's be honest, we as people can be drawn into arguments and disagreements as well. Proverbs 12:16 starts out by saying this: a fool's displeasure is known at once. In other words, when people of the world are upset or hurt, they don't mind telling the whole world. But the second half of the verse tells us this: whoever ignores an insult is sensible. Strength in many cases is not winning an argument or pushing back when we have been done wrong. Sometimes the wisest thing we can do is leave it alone. So, are you drawn into drama, or do you seek to distance yourself from these things? Be more like Jesus and turn the other cheek, because remember, change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I do hope you've got a smile as we face this and a cup of coffee. It kind of takes both, doesn't it? Brenda says she likes my purple shirt. Thank you so much. My wife got me another. She picks out everything for me. I'm not color coordinated. She even had me one that's blue with my name on it in case I get lost.
Well, everything matches blue jeans.
It does. Anybody ever notice that if a man were to be lost, there's always usually a tag at the bottom of your shirt that has her name on it? It's kind of like, please return to such and such. I was going through my closet the other day, and I kept noticing those tags at the bottom of it where they'd been dry cleaned. Angie Ray, Angie Ray, Angie Ray. So I'll have to be returned to her at some point. Sales tax. The no sales tax is coming up this weekend. They're extending it a little bit. It'll begin on Friday, and it'll run through the 14th. It's a great way to save as we get ready for college. That 7% sales tax will go away for a few days there, up to $100. It can't be past $100. Shoes, clothing, supplies, things of that nature. It's important. Maybe one day we'll get rid of that state sales tax. We'll see what becomes of that. There's talk of it, but it's never happened there. What would really help America? Ooh, that gas tax. Let's get those prices down where the official working man can make it there and the prices don't go up. Every time the gas goes up, everything in you do in your world goes up. generally it never comes back down. Y'all ever notice that? There's truth to that. Let's hope one day that it is fixed. Oh, it'll take a new president, won't it? Speaking of that, they say by next Monday it will be announced who Trump will choose as his VP. They're guessing. There's a lot of guessing going on. The Vegas odds are out there. Tim Scott, one of the big names that keeps coming up with that. I have no idea who it will be. Sometimes he has a tendency to surprise people. They'll give you a short list, and whoever it is not on it. I'm not going to hold my breath until it's announced. We're talking about Trump. He's different. He'll change his mind at the last second and say, no, I made this decision best. We have a second radio show that is admitting it. Probably, if you were to investigate, would be nearly every one. A second radio host admitting that they were given the questions by the White House as to what to ask Biden during interviews. This has been going on since day one. Well, let's just really back up on that. Since that campaign trail began in 2019, it was all rehearsed, everything. This goes back to Clinton, as she was getting him also for those town hall meetings. She knew what was going to be asked. So did Biden. He still does. What's the difference now? They want to get rid of him. They want to make a change, and so they're putting this stuff out there to make it look bad. This is all orchestrated. I've mentioned this yesterday morning. None of this is a surprise, and did they turn on him? It's every bit of this is planned. None of this is by chance. It's very smart people that are behind the president. They make the decisions they have from day one. They want to make a change, and he's just being kind of grumpy, and maybe this is a part of that elaborate plan leading up to someone new stepping in to have a bigger, I don't know what you would say, a bigger kaboom when somebody else is named, if it happens. But everything going on here is not by chance. Every bit is planned, is all I'm saying. Anybody shop at Target? They will not take your personal check moving forward. Those days are gone. And what's the difference in between a check and a debit card? They both go through the machine now and automatically withdraw it from the account. I don't quite understand that, but it's going. They're trying to make it faster, is what I just read there. They want it to be faster in line. And there's no doubt that you get behind that one person that writes very slow when they do that, and they want it to be. But we can't all live in a fast society.
Walmart, you don't write nothing. You give them a check, they run
That's
it, you
right.
get a check back.
As Odie pointed out, in Walmart, you just sign it, and it runs through the machine. It puts in there how much the purchase was. But checks really are becoming a thing. I can remember as a kid that you put all of your information, your social security number, everything about you. That went away quickly. The world is changing. Are we ready for all this? Uh-oh, Odie's upset. He almost wants to take a fire truck to California.
Yeah.
Wildfires are threatening Michael Jackson's Neverland. As wildfires are out of control, hopefully they'll be able to stop this and the home won't be destroyed. That's what we hope there. We see that in North Carolina, 3 people have perished in a plane crash. It happened in Rutherford County. Condolences to the family members of that. And again, generally airplane crashes are privately owned planes. Keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting one. You don't fly every day like those guys that make a living out of this, and errors happen. Don't get me wrong, it is fun to fly.
I just want a helicopter.
Odie wants a helicopter. It wouldn't work out well either. Some private planes, they have pilots that practice every day and do all of this. But it's generally the guy that occasionally flies that wants to learn how to fly that will have an accident. Keep that in mind. Still showing 11 days after the debate that Trump won. It's still in the margin of error, but, well, we'll see what becomes of that. Let's see here what happened. What else has happened? Oh, yeah. This keeps going back and back to airplane manufacturers. Boeing. One took off yesterday from, where was this at? From Los Angeles. It lost a wheel upon takeoff. It landed safely as it landed in Denver, but again, lost a wheel. Are they getting to where they're pushing these things through assembly lines too fast? I don't have the answer for that, but boy, it sure has been a string of incidents of doors falling off and things of that nature. We need to watch that, take pride in what we build in America. We used to do that. Y'all remember that? Buy a refrigerator, it'd last 30 years. That's not going to happen anymore because some CEO discovered that if you give it 8, 9 years at most, you'll come purchase another. It's all about sales, and we know that. Changes quality. That's not quite right. That's the way it is. We'll be right back as we'll get into your forecast now to begin this day. It's all up and coming. Don't rush off. Get that coffee. You got time for one, and we'll get ready. We'll be right back.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we travel way back to 1969, some 55 years ago, today the temperature was 101. 1947, the record low was set at 60 on this day. As we look at the forecast as we move toward today, what's going on here? 93, the best we'll get there. And again, rain chances, 60% chance. And as we guesstimate here what Mother Nature will do, we should see some of this happening. The biggest chance around 11 o'clock to noon, and then scattered chances throughout the afternoon. So that's what we've got up near Columbus, a little warmer, 94. As we come down the river from Greenwood, 91. As we follow through Yazoo City and Vicksburg, about 90 all the way down to Natchez. As we head east into Bama, it looks like 92 there in Tuscaloosa, 90 in Birmingham. Over in Montgomery, we should see 93, and cooler in Auburn at 90. Even in Livingston, it should be around 91 is what we're expecting there to come about. Now, here's your heat stress today. And oh, look, it didn't leave us out. I'd hate to think we'd have a cool day. Eastern Mississippi and western Alabama, well, we're full of it today as we'll see those temperatures reach about 105. Predicted to be 103. This includes Clark, Jasper, Newton, most of Neshoba County, Kemper, on into Noxubee, and on up to Columbus Air Force Base, down to the Gulf Coast. So be careful. Watch it. Again, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. is the projected path of the timeline of when it will be the hottest. That heat index is bad, bad, bad hot for you. As we look at what's going to be happening, strong winds today out to our west. Even in the eastern side here, we're going to see gusts of about 25 miles an hour. That tells us right off the bat, don't strike a match, don't burn a burn pile or anything like that, or set a wood line on fire trying to take care of a fence row or anything like that. Leave that alone to a day that we don't have wind gusts. That's what we've got projected for today. As we see here, it's still hot across the deep south, from Louisiana, Georgia, all the way down to the Florida Panhandle up to the Carolinas. We've got hot weather projected here. As we glance, here's our 7-day forecast. 93 today, as we mentioned, with that 60% chance of showers. It will go out of the forecast tomorrow with down to, a 10% chance, high of 92. And then we start seeing these temperatures climb back up toward the weekend. 94 Thursday, 97 on Friday. What is this over the weekend? 98 both days. And it could even be warmer than that. Slight chances of rain, increasing to a 40% chance of showers by next Monday, and that high even hovering at 97 then. Let's take this another week into the month of July and see what we bring here. All the way through the 23rd, we're going to see mid to upper 90s. As we'll see 96 there on the 17th. We're showing still 93 as we look at the 23rd there. Some of the biggest chances of rain will come around the 18th and 19th. Again, that's 2 weeks out. You can't project everything that's going to happen, but we do know there's rain chances involved with that as we move toward July the 23rd. Fishing, what's best today? Let's see here. As we find out what Chet tells us, today's the perfect time to go is at 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4 until 6. Again, let me remind you, it's going to be hot then. The wind's going to be south-southwest, 10 to 15 sustained winds with gusts of up to 25. Woof. Be careful out there. Now, here's what we look at. Beryl. Tropical storm now at 29 miles an hour. Gusts of 40 miles an hour this morning. 1,004 millibars moving northeast at 23 miles per hour. And let's pull this up and look at where it is inland as we'll look at radar here. Let me go back here and pull this up. Here's where she is this morning, or he. Beryl is a guy. It's a he. I always refer to storms as she's. I know they get different names, but that's just me. Here we are. We're into Arkansas, headed toward Hot Springs this morning. And again, that's still at those same 29 miles an hour. This is going to make its way just west of Jonesboro, as we'll see it west of Evansville, Indiana, and move into Indianapolis, and then on out through Detroit in that direction. It'll be mild as it reaches there by Thursday. But that's what we've got. A lot of rain in Arkansas. Look at this. From Jonesboro, Conway, Arkansas, Fayetteville, all those areas, a lot of rain. Over to Evansville, Indiana, a lot of rain there. Bowling Green, right, just north of there, has got a lot of showers this morning. As we drop that back down to the state of Mississippi, we'll look at just east of Jackson, Brandon area. Let's go look at this line that's going north here as we'll see this. Pelahatchie, there's showers just to the west of you. Solace, Goodman, those areas there. Durant getting wet. Vaden and Winona getting flooded at this point, even Duck Hill in these areas as we move upward toward Grenada in the Mississippi Delta area. As we move down, look at this little shower that we've got trying to sneak up on Montrose and Newton there, coming out of Smith County. Look at there. As we come down Taylorsville, just south of you, we see some showers around Collins, Ellisville getting some showers as well. And again, they're light at this point. Chatham, Alabama, light showers if you're traveling 45 going to the coast. Don't forget Centronel, 2-lane highway. It's wet along that stretch. Don't pass. It's just not worth it. It's just not enough room down there. Even some showers popping up on Highway 90 near Biloxi this morning as we stare at all this. We'll watch this forecast as it develops and comes across today. I'll keep you up most posted with weather. Chet Parker, good morning. Hope you're feeling well. Y'all say hello to Chet. Can't beat that. Terry, morning to you as well. Susan is up as well. Beth. Oh, she likes that. Purple must be a favorite color, folks. It seems to be there. This just magically, Barney. This is like Lucky Charms. It magically appeared in my closet. She's got good taste. I do not. So I appreciate that. Odie's ready. He's going through everything. We'll be back in just a few moments. That coffee is brewing. I hope yours is. We'll be moving into our third or fourth cup here in just a moment, so we'll be able to tell you what went on over the last 24 hours. And it's a lot, and we still have a lot we're working on that we're getting some new information on. We'll tell you all about this up and coming in a few moments here as we'll kick off the Scotty Ray Report. Well, we'll break it down and make it local for you right here at the Scotty Ray Report. Won't you join us? Tell a friend about us. We'll be back in just a few moments.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.